Okay, we got this all apart. This is the head that had the problem. You can see there's some blemish right there. I've got a new piston for it that's down at the machine shop. They're going to press it on to the rod. Anyhow, I pulled the valves out and everything looks okay. I do think I put a pressure, I capped off the intake port and put 5 pounds of air pressure to it, and it was leaking around the intake valve. So I'm gonna kiss that with some lapping compound, and we're gonna lap it in. At least both this cylinder we're gonna do. These heads were, apparently I bought these off of Marketplace, and they were almost new. The guy said they were run for an hour, and the cam went flat. Something went bad on the motor, and they pulled it apart and sold the heads. So what I think has happened here is it looked like there was a piece of aluminum got in there between the piston and the head. This cylinder block, we'll show it to you. This is a 350 block. Of course, there's an empty hole there. 350 block, it's bored 60 over, and my machinist shaved 30 thousandths off of both sides. They decked it 30 thousandths. These pistons hang up about 15 thousandths above the surface for more compression. And I've got the gaskets I have compressed down to 42 thousandths. So between the piston and the head, there is approximately 27 thousandths of an inch. And it don't take much to interfere with that. So my theory is, these heads, I didn't realize it until I had them bolted on. Let me see here. The rocker studs, one of them had a blemish on it. It was boogered up. So I replaced all the rocker studs. And what I'm thinking happened is I pushed a burr. These rocker studs go in here, but all the intake ports, let me see if I can show you. I'm gonna flip this head around. See if I can show you these rocker studs here go right into the intake ports. There's a hole in there. I don't know that you can see that or not. Yeah, you can't see it, but there's actually a hole in there that there you go. The rocker stud breaks through, and when you put the rocker studs in, you're supposed to put some sealer on it so it don't suck oil down there, because there's a vacuum in all the intake ports. So anyhow, my theory is I pushed a burr when I screwed these in, and that's what it was, is a sliver from the thread that got in there. At least that's my theory. I can't prove it for sure. I'm really not I know these heads they're Chinese castings, but AFR brings them in and they put their own guides and valves and hardware into them. So all the hardware is American made, but the castings themselves are China. Anyhow, these holes that the rocker studs put in the intake are sharp. They're not deburred, and I think I'm going to reach in there and hit them with the deburring tool and knock the sharp edge off of them. Lap these two valves in and deburr these, clean them up, and put them back together. I should be receiving the piston tomorrow, I hope, and I can start assembling things. I'll have everything I need, I believe. But anyhow, I should have watched that closer, but I changed those rocker studs with the heads in place. They were bolted on in place, and that was not a good idea. So I'm pretty sure that was a learning experience for me. So there you have it. We'll bring you back later once I get farther along with the project. Thanks for watching.